The Pistons are the basketball champions of the world.
Detroit, it's time. It's playoff time, Detroit. Let's go to work.
Shout out Detroit. I got to buff up, you know what I'm saying? Detroit, I'm all the way in. Detroit Pistons, I'm all the way in. Let's do it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Buffs On Podcast. We are the best POD in the 313. We got a full squad here today. We got a starting five coming at you guys today. We got Michael from Pistons Lead joining us today. We are so happy to have him on the pod. We're going to talk a little bit more about trades, what we think this team could look to acquire toward the trade deadline. There's a lot of rumors circulating around right now, names Anthony Davis, Lauri Markkanen, Trey Murphy. Who knows what's going to happen? We got some extra names for you guys, Michael Porter Jr. But first, let's talk about Michael here for a second. Michael, I'm going to give the floor to you. Talk a little bit more about what you do at Pistons Lead, how you got into that, and what you do over there.
Well, right now I manage the account, the social media account for the Pistons. It's been probably like 2 or 3 years. So I've been going through, the losing streak and all of that.
We feel you there.
Yeah, so it's just been tough, you know what I mean? Going from poverty Pistons to here we are now. You know what I mean? We're 19-5. So
we promised land Pistons now.
Yeah, and shout out to the Lead. I've been working for them for about a little over 4 years now. And you guys can follow the account at Pistons Lead, is all one word. And follow me at opinionated_MJ as well. It's just all Piston stuff for the most part, especially on the Pistons account. No, my account is just all basketball. Anybody, college, women's, NBA, whatever. You love ball, come follow me.
I love that. And you're on Instagram and X, right?
Actually, I am. I'm on Instagram too. Opinionated MJ is no underscore on Instagram. I'm not over there all the time. I just post my content and then I scroll for like 2 seconds and then I get off.
Feel that.
Well, Pistons Lead is an account. It's an account over there too for Instagram. It's somebody else running it though. My boy George, he runs the Instagram account. So follow that Instagram account too.
Got you. You're the X one, and you got over 1,000 followers over there. So if you're not one of those 1,000. Make sure you go become a part of that fan base over there. But without much more ado, let's get into the last couple of games. The Pistons win a back-to-back against the Blazers and revenge against the Bucks. Some good things to take away from it. Connie, I send it over to you first. A couple quick takeaways you have from the last couple games.
My biggest takeaways have been Isaiah Stewart. I feel like there has been a team-wide media push to get him Defensive Player of the Year and all defense consideration, and I love it. There was like a 2-minute Cade interview where he did nothing but talk about how awesome Isaiah Stewart was on the defensive end, and you could really see it. You could really see it last night. I damn near got the cops called on me by my neighbors after he had that chase down block on what's his name?
Kevin Porter
Jr. I always want to say Michael.
Yeah.
Kevin Porter Jr. just swatting him, coming down, looking injured, and then popping right back up and continuing to play. I mean, Isaiah Stewart has been like a revelation defensively this year, and this past 2 games I thought have been really, really strong. I got one more thing that I wanted to hit, but that's just Jaden Ivey shooting, and I just wish he would shoot it more because that 3-pointer looks so good, and I wish when they would just go under screens or when he would even have the slightest bit of room, he would just launch that shit. I think he just needs a little bit more confidence on what he's doing, but I'm really starting to like what Ivey's doing, at least on the offensive end.
Absolutely. Hard to argue with you there. And yes, Stu is deep boy. Gabe, I send it over to you. Any quick takeaways?
Stu as well stood out for me like crazy. I got a little bit annoyed at like the reaching and slapping that we continue to do, even though it's a good possession battle. For me, I think the most important thing still for us to level up is to get defensive rebounds and to get a higher percentage of those. Still unnecessary plays, especially when we have JD and Stu down there in the paint. Also, George Blah kind of heated these past 2 games. First time I heard him, he said "damn" twice, which I don't think I've heard before. And then he was calling out Ajax for kind of slapping Cade over and over.
He's calling out Ajax. Yeah. He was throwing like subtle shots at Bobby Portis all game last year. He was like, Miles Turner, big guy, has 1 total rebound. I think his Hall of Fame induction ceremony's got him a little bit
Gas him up a
Got him,
little.
got him, got him.
Yeah.
gassed
Hey,
up,
when you've
man.
been doing it for 50 years, you can say whatever the heck you want.
Yeah.
Valley, your thoughts on George or the squad?
Well, I second everything you said, especially about Blaha, especially about Stu. So much. You got me so excited. I think
Hey.
yeah,
Hey,
man. The best shot blocker in the NBA. It's not close. He's just got a special knack for blocking shots, especially against Kevin Porter Jr. Hate the guy. He couldn't miss a shot. The only way we
No.
could make him miss was was the
Oh,
every time he gets a
swatting.
block, I say that's the block of the season. It was Shaden Sharp, and now when I look at the slow-mo of the Kevin Porter Jr. one, it's like that's an incredible block. But agree with everything you've been saying. I think the way we've been using Asar Thompson and then the last few games has been really impressive to me. I love that little 7 to 10 foot little post
I
fadeaway jump,
love
whatever you
that.
want to call it, where he just elevates. And JB talked about that after the game. How he's been working on that a lot since the summer. Just like the looks that Asar is getting, finding a way to make him more useful in an offense, especially with the struggles we've had against this zone. I do kind of feel like we are on the other side of playing against that zone, kind of figuring out how to break it down, even when you have JD and Asar, kind of that lack of spacing out there. I second everything you've said, though. I'm really excited that JI is getting some more reps in. He looks better by the game. Looks more like himself. Looks really, really fast, and that jumper is smooth. And if he can come back, we've been saying it. If he can come back shooting, this guy was low 40s from three. If he can maintain that and on higher attempts, like this is, potentially revolutionary in the answer to a lack of our spacing that we have on the team right now.
And that segues me perfectly into the question I wanted to ask Michael. Michael, your takeaways from the last couple of games, especially talking about the Pistons taking on a zone defense.
Um, I love what we're seeing from Ron Holland. Like
Yes.
he's starting to shoot and like have confidence in his shot. You know what I mean? Like it's bricks right now, but
Oh yeah.
I think like usually January is like the dog days, of course. But that's usually the time when most teams and what they're working on kind of comes together. So I feel like we are seeing J.I. shoot. We are seeing like Dennis Jenkins take shot, Karis LeVert. But really, I'm just focused on Ron Holland because he put up like 17 in both games, if I'm not mistaken, right?
We're pretty close.
So or it might have been, I think it was 17 last game too. I know yesterday it was 17. And I'm happy with the fact that he's shooting, and that's going to help us. Like if we don't end up making a deal, we don't make a splash. Even though we'll get into that, but I see the team, especially knowing Fred Vincent is there, and you can look up what he did for the New Orleans Pelicans if you guys haven't.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah. Oh
he,
yeah.
he turned them into really like he turned them into good 3-point shooters. You know what I mean? They were trash from three, and then suddenly they were in the 30s, and like one of them was in the 40s. I want to say Jose. But yeah, I see Ron Holland taking that type of trajectory. Like he's going to be 3-and-D, and he'll be able to get to the cup. And also, I want to say I love what I'm seeing from Asar, like right outside the box. He's taking like those little fadeaways and whatnot, like looking kind of like Sean Livingston, and making some of those like short mid-range jumpers. And I'm loving it because you can break down the zone that way, by just going into it. And if you're shooting like that and you're making those shots, then we'll be fine. Like Cade will be perfect with it. You know what I mean? Going in, pulling up. But I'm just loving what I'm seeing from those two. And then I'll jump on you guys back with the Ivy thing too. Like I'm loving what I'm seeing from Ivy. I just want him to get more minutes. I don't know where that comes in. You know what I mean? It's weird to have seen him start and then get hurt. We did what we did without him. And then now we get him back, and it's like now it's a rotation issue for him. But I feel like it'll work itself out. You know what I mean?
It seems like he's like on a real strict minutes restriction. He's never touched more than like 15, 16 minutes, and he's just like out, regardless of how good he's playing, they just take him out, which I like because we are so deep. We have like the opportunity to play it extremely safe with him and still have guys out there that can hoop. Like we're not putting too much pressure on him to come back off this like horrendous injury.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that, dude. You're getting me way too excited. And now I'm thinking I'm gonna daydream about Asar Thompson with the Sean Livingston mid-ranger, and I'm just gonna be smiling all day, man.
Hey, that's what this pod's meant to do. Meant you smile all day. My quick takeaways. I loved how we didn't do it too much, but I loved us putting Cade in the middle of the zone. Like if teams are just gonna let Cade have a free throw line jumper, I'm like, I'll take that all day, every day.
Yeah.
Also, Marcus Sasser touching the floor for the first time in this season last night. Marcus Sasser is back. Bobby Klintman has been assigned to the G League Cruise, if you haven't seen that already. So Bobby Klintman is on his way back too. So we may be the first team in NBA history to go 15 deep in an NBA game. But we will have to wait and see, because there may be a different 15th member on this roster sometime in the near future. Let's talk some trades. I know a lot of us have some names that we want to touch on. Gabe, this was your idea, so I'm going to send it over to you first. What are the names that you have your eye on for the Pistons to bring in soon or this trade deadline?
Yeah, so this one has to be a deadline deal due to restrictions. And again, this is a small trade. So this is not going to blow the average fan out of the water here, but I've been a long time fan of Nick Batum. And then I watched the gold medal documentary like a week ago. It was awesome. Nick Batum was the leader of that French team. He's 38 now. So, but he's still he's just a winning player. And so I kind of have two options for this deal. Either the Clippers blow it up because they stink, they're terrible, and you do Clintman plus Isaac Jones and 2 second-round picks via Dallas and Charlotte in the next 2 years. Gets them off money for next year, and they get a young player who, quite frankly, should maybe stay in the G League. You were saying. And the other way that trade works out is just a Javonte Green for Nick Batum straight up.
Heck no.
Oh no, man.
I don't know if I get rid of the doggedness of Javonte Green yet, but I see what you're saying. Bringing some shooting, some more veteran leadership. Any quick reactions to that, or we can move on to our next trade?
I mean,
He was right. That definitely didn't blow me out the water.
I wouldn't. I do love Nick Batum. I love his no dip threes that he just touches it, feet planted, and he can get it up. I think
I
that'd
miss
be
it
really
when Jeremy
useful.
Grant used to do that when he was here.
Especially for a guy like Cade who's going to put it directly into that pocket every time. I think that could be a nice addition. 2 second rounders, especially from a team like Charlotte, where that's going to be a pretty high second rounder. That's for 38-year-olds a little steep.
I think it's top 55 protected.
Oh well, in that case, sure, sure. All right.
Connie, I send it over to you.
I got a splashier one. Same sort of thing. Where I do think, I mean, we do need shooting, and a team that goes, like you said, 15 deep is primed to consolidate some things. And I wrote this a couple of days ago, and I'm a little less high on it because I like what Ivy's been doing. But I want Michael Porter Jr. From the Nets. I love Michael Porter Jr. I think he would be a perfect addition to this team. Just that he can shoot it over anyone, and he is shooting it at an insane rate. Championship DNA, good size, positional size, rebounds. And the trade I came up with was Porter Jr. for Tobias, Ivy, and a protected first. Michael, you didn't like that one. What do you think? What's your reaction to that?
I mean, he is getting over 20 a game, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Tobias kind of glues some things together. You know what I mean? Especially last year. Last year, he was the reason why Cade and Ivy were able to take the next step being together on the floor. It was because of his ability to play make and be that secondary ball handler, passer, or even third, you know what I mean? And catch them in their spots where they're good at. But I mean, I was thinking if we doing Ivy and Tobias, it would have to be for somebody else.
Can I read some stats real quick?
Yeah.
26 points a game, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, shooting 39% on 9 3-pointers a game. I see this dude as super Malik Beasley. I respect that Tobias had a huge impact on this team in terms of growth and maturity. But I've always been a proponent that that is kind of been imparted, and that's going to grow internally from guys like Cade, outwards. Whereas I think this is just a talent play. But
I mean, you're gonna lose a lot of passing with Michael Porter Jr. on this team over Tobias Harris. I don't know if he knows how to pass. But we'll have to wait and see. I would love that kind of shooting on this team. Again, Michael Porter Jr. would it be 6'10", adds a tremendous amount of size.
Yeah.
It would be a really, I mean, he fits pretty much every need we have right now. what is it, 48.4% of our points coming inside the paint, which is the highest in the NBA. Like, we need to figure some things out because the zone isn't going to go away, and we need to figure out a fix
Nah.
to it. And that's probably the way to solve it. We need to bring in some shooting because Duncan Robinson can't do everything. Nice to see Cade hit some threes yesterday. Stu hit 3 for 5. Ivy 3 for 3. But I don't know if that's going to happen every night. Gabe, Valley, you haven't had a chance to jump in yet. Your thoughts on MPJ?
I think MPJ is a fantastic player. I think he would really contribute a lot to this team, but there's 2 points. The first is the same point I bring up every time of you know where I stand on trades. That I don't think there's any need to make anything with this roster. There's
Mm-hmm.
no reason to gamble away Jaden Ivey for Michael Porter Jr. Another point with Michael Porter Jr. I want to bring up is I don't know how to put it into words. His
He's
his
off the
off-court
court.
shenanigans or whatever you want to
Yeah,
call it.
yeah.
His
Interesting things he gets into off the court.
his
The second he gets
podcast.
out of Denver. So much of the Nets had to, their like organization had to make some sort of statement to him to make him tone that down. And
Yeah.
we're so laser focused on basketball and camaraderie is very, very electric throughout the team.
Yes.
I just same with every trade. That's probably why I didn't have any coming into this. I'm just so anti-trade, even in the smallest ones. It might be unrealistic and irrational for me on my end, but
Mm.
I have never seen in my time such camaraderie within a team, and we're getting results. I understand that if this season or maybe even after the next, if the runs are short, if we're not going where we need to go, we make a move. But I just think we're nowhere near having to be in that realm right now. I understand listening and taking calls and like being in rumors naturally because you have to listen to calls. That's what you have to do as a GM. But I just really don't think this team is going anywhere this season. I don't think there's not going anywhere this season in terms of a trade, not going anywhere this season.
Yeah.
And I fully support that. And I don't think there's any rush to do it within the next year or two.
Yeah. Off court shenanigans is definitely something I think we need to think and keep in mind because this team is a closeness that I don't think any of us have really ever seen before. But Michael, I kick it back to you. You had said that if we're going to trade Tobias and Jaden Ivey, it would have to be for another name. Do you have another name?
Yes, yes, I do.
Throw it out there.
I mean, it's the obvious one. Laurie Marketing.
Mm-hmm.
I would feel like if we're coming off Ivy, um, it's we need a bigger splash because
Yep.
Ivy, if I put Ivy in Charlotte and told LaMelo to sit down, you know what I mean? Like he's gonna take off. So I don't want to give up Ivy like that. And then Tobias came back because his wife is from here.
Yeah.
So I kind of have a like I don't know issue with that. Like I don't want to let him go because he literally came back here for her for the team because he's already been here before. So it's hard for me to come up off of it. But if it was for Laurie Marketing, I guess I got to pull the trigger because
So you'd be okay sending over a plethora of first picks to Utah?
not probably not a plethora, no, because he's like what 28 if I'm not mistaken, or is
Yeah,
he?
make it like something like, what is he, Connie? Do you know it off the top of your head?
I don't.
But I do know he's making like 50. So
Yeah,
Oh,
28.
oh, okay, yeah, no, maybe not,
yeah.
because we got to send we'll have to send more than Ivy and Tobias then, because
Yeah, I mean that's probably gonna be there's Karras in there. I mean there's
Yeah,
gonna be a lot of
he's making 50 for about the next 4 years. Yeah.
oh wow, oh, and he did get that extension last year. Okay, well maybe
yeah.
that doesn't fit the timeline. Now that I think
No.
about it,
And like that's the problem. Like his fit, like play style wise, is like
is
a
yeah.
tremendous fit. But I mean, if we're gonna go with the more well-known name trade candidates out there, what about like if we're giving up Ivy? I know I'm personally not on the train of wanting to give him up yet, but if we had to, is Trey Murphy at that level where you guys would say, yeah, maybe? I start with Connie. Your thoughts?
I mean, yes. Trey
Okay.
Murphy is another one of those guys that it's like he fits in on the defensive end with this team's identity of just being a really good defender. He's huge, he's long, he's lanky, he's got great athleticism, and again, he can shoot the hell out of the ball. The issue with Trey Murphy is like the Pelicans are a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and with Zion just continuously being injured, like Trey Murphy kind of is their one like star in the dark, their shining light. And I wonder how attached they are to him in New Orleans or like how much they're going to demand out. I could almost see like Trey Murphy demanding the same or more compensation as Lauri Markkanen in a trade.
I wouldn't disagree with you. Like it's their yeah. They can't just give them away for nothing. So
But
I'm
yeah,
curious to
big
see.
shooters. Big
Yeah,
shooters would be great on this team.
yeah. I think
Mhm.
anyone
The
that
two,
fits that mold, and like I said earlier, we got that dude Fred Vincent.
Yes.
Bringing Trey Murphy back to Fred and Vincent, and just reuniting them could be an interesting combination. But we got a few more names to get to, so I kick it over to Gabe. Gabe, what is another name you have on your list?
Yeah. Firstly, real quick, Lowry would be the perfect fit, and I wouldn't mind like 2 first round picks for him. Like, yes, we're younger, but we're ready to compete now, and it's not like he's gonna be out of his prime in 5 years. NBA players are longer and longer, like staying in their prime, and he's tall. He's like, we saw Dirk like win a championship when he was what, like 34 or something. Like he's not Dirk,
all
Right.
right,
but
pal.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a
he's a
good
big
point.
white
Honestly,
European guy.
that's true.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe we don't do anything and we splash in for Giannis in the summer.
Ooh.
He's
Mm.
Milwaukee,
In the
but I think that's
summer.
going to be a few more pieces than just Tobias and Ivy. So my next guy here, another going to prey on another disaster team here, the Kings. And I know there's a lot of rumors this summer already that we're going to make a move for Malik Monk. So I'm just going back on that. He's under contract for an additional year over Karis LeVert, who I'm going to trade over here. So for them, it's really just pay less for a crappy team. So they get Karis LeVert and a second round pick, and we straight up just get Malik Monk, which I
Now, if
think
that
is
was
like
offered,
he's just a scorer.
yeah, I
Right.
like Karras, but I think that would be a good addition to the squad at the moment.
Yeah, that's something, yeah, like you said, it was talked about this summer, but I feel like I've been seeing some rumors that the Pistons and the Kings are staying engaged in some sort of conversations. I guess so. This is gonna sound mean, but I guess in terms of an attachment to the guys, I have the least to Karis LeVert so far, kind of just being in and out of the rotation, uh, kind of taking up some minutes theoretically that Ivy would take. Monk would be a great addition. It's worth noting that, I mean, he's had a horrible season in Sacramento, but I blame that on the situation in Sacramento, who did blow out the Heat
Percent
comfortably last
three.
night for whatever it's worth, randomly. But the Kings, absolute disaster situation. I would happily, prey on that and see if we can get something from him. If we can get Malik Monk, I think that adds a lot of shooting, um, a lot of shooting into our team that we really need. Provides us a lot of athleticism as well. He would come right in and play a big role. I would love to have Malik Monk on this basketball team.
Michael, your thoughts on a Monk addition?
I actually want to flip it, but I like Malik Monk. I think he will probably take probably some minutes from Jenkins, all of Karis LeVert's minutes. Because that's who you guys are saying we could send out, right? Karis
Mm-hmm.
LeVert.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
he'll absorb that, and he'll be basically a microwave player coming off the bench for us. Like, he'll be a spark plug and get us some buckets. But if we're talking about the Kings, I kind of like Keegan Murray, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So do they.
Yeah, like in the same vein of a Laurie Markin and stretch four, like I like Keegan Murray actually, and I think that if we added him and he's stroking his three and doing what he does, then that would be like you know a dollar store version of Laurie Marketing, and he won't command the ball the way Laurie would. You know what I mean? He would just kind of he would just have to fit in, but I think that could work too.
That would be a good name to keep an eye on. Connie, do you have another name you want to throw out there?
Yeah, also from the Kings. It's a guy we're a little familiar with. I don't know about y'all, but when I watch the Pistons, sometimes when Cade goes out or when Cade's still in, especially in that not the first Buck game, the second Buck game, where they really turned up the pressure and it was like, who else is going to handle the ball? I would
Yeah.
love to get Dennis Schroeder back.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All day.
I mean, I'd love to just pick on the Kings. They are maybe one of the worst franchises in the NBA and seem to be in a very desperate spot right now, which is just a great place to trade with the team. Um, so similar sort of thing, like a Dennis for LeVert sort of swap, I think just gives us a little more ball handling. We've seen he fits in with this system really well. He can calm things down, get people in the right spots. make tough plays when they need to be made. I mean, really, yeah, we got to pick somebody off the Kings at this trade deadline.
Yeah, it's hard not to. And bringing a guy back like Dennis, that, like you said already, is familiar with what we do here. Someone that we know, it's not going to be like, oh, is this guy going to fit? We know Dennis fits into the culture here.
Yeah.
So it would be a pretty solid addition. Valley, I know you're a big Schroeder dude. So how would you, I know you don't want to make any trades, but how would you feel about bringing Dennis back?
It would bring up a concern though. How are you going to rotate, a Schroeder and Ivy unit? Ivy looked better defensively recently, but definitely lacks on that side of the ball. I don't think Schroeder lacks, but he is definitely, an undersized guard. And
He
that
gets
naturally
after it though.
he gets after it, but he is undersized at the end of the day. I love Schroeder, but he also signed a contract we weren't willing to give him. It's a decent 15 a year, 3-year 45, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what are the Kings gonna do? Are they like they just signed him for 3 years, 45 million, or what was the plan there?
And
Are
he
you
just
gonna trade him? If so, for what? I love the Keegan Murray shout. I don't know how attainable he is. He seems like the one thing, if I was a Kings GM, I would keep. But if he is by any means available, yeah, a lethal shooter, same draft as Jaden Ivey. We were interested in him back then, but Murray would theoretically be great.
you can never count out the Kings front office, man. They signed him to a
Murray, can
3-year
you point out?
45, and he has lost his rotation minutes to the Russell Westbrook pickup they made halfway through the season, man.
You also can't rule out GMs in general anymore. I feel like they're unpredictable nowadays. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know what fleece you could do.
Hey, who knows? Maybe we could just do like a Karis for Shea if the Thunder just want to make a bad decision.
They want to build around
Um,
Jalen Williams.
I don't know if you have a few more trades to go through, but kind of like or as a resulting impact of those trades, would you want to discuss some imminent uh contract extensions for JD and potentially maybe Tobias, or we got some more trades to go into?
We do have some trades to get to, but like if you have an idea, because I know you don't want to make any trades, and you're thinking longevity, long term, and trades are often short term thought processes. Run with it. What is your extension thought process?
I'm just curious as to I don't know if you've all seen the report that that Duran's camp might be looking for 185 million over 5 years, which is a substantial amount. Obviously, making a trade, we have to factor in the fact that we want to pay Jalen Duran. I assume we want to pay Asar and Jaden Ivey and Ron Holland. Um, how much does a trade factor into that? And specifically with Jalen Duran, what do you guys think about that monster deal he wants? I think you guys know where I stand on it. I think he's still got too much Andre Drummond syndrome in him, a few moments of laziness in him sometimes. That kind of concerns me with that. But what do you think about the 185 he's looking for?
I want to give this to Michael. Michael, take the floor here.
I agree. Like the Andre Drummond syndrome. It's like some games he's here, some games he's like he'll put up 20 and 20, and then the next game he's got like 8 and 5 rebounds or something like that. And I need him to be more consistent. I like what I've seen from him this year. It's been more consistency from him this year, somewhat, but I need him to be a double-double. You touching the floor, I need 10 and 10 at the very minimum. And honestly, I would like 15 and 10. But I feel like he's not the defender that Stewart is. He's sometimes not the rebounder that he should be, you know what I mean, against certain teams. And then the other teams he bullies. It's like he'll bully today, but then tomorrow he'll just stand around and look, because I was real disappointed in and I forget if he was on the floor, but those offensive rebounds, what was that? Was that the Boston game?
Where they got all those straight offensive rebounds.
And everybody's just looking at the ball, and it's just like, if I believe JD was out there, it's like, be aggressive, like go after the rebound. I was thinking of Dennis Rodman at the time, like, why don't we have somebody just racing after the ball? And I feel like that should be Duran, because a lot of times he just watches the ball. Sometimes when they come down and they're at the rim, he doesn't jump. Sometimes it's like, I need your motor to stay up here. I don't need you to, kind of go through the motions or whatever he's going through. But I mean, 185 is a lot. And I mean, if we see him staying in the Pistons uniform, we don't want him to go somewhere else and, take off, then I would go ahead and pay him. I mean, because it's hard to have a center that, I mean, he is starting to show great ability, like dribbling, creating his own shot. Like he's drawing fouls a lot of times with himself, like handling the ball. You know what I mean? He faces up and then he does his move and he's getting where he's going and getting fouled. So I mean, I like some of the improvements that I've seen, but I am concerned about his motor. But I mean, would I sign him to that extension? Yes, because what other center in the league, will we get that's going to do what he's doing even now? You know what I mean? Like we were happy that Charlotte and New York fumbled and gave him to us. Because imagine he's in New York now. You know what I mean? Then that's a problem. Imagine he's in Charlotte right now. Then that's a problem. So I'll give him the money.
I would have to agree. But I agree. I need to see. I mean, this is going to be what we're paying him in the offseason. So if we're going to pay him this in the offseason, yeah, I'm going to need to see a lot more consistency between now and then. Gabe Connie, any quick thoughts you guys got on paying JD?
This is where the front office comes in, man. He wants 180 million. Is there going to be a counter offer? Is that going to be put down a little bit? We'll see. Counter offers don't seem to happen too much in the NBA. You should just pay guys what they want to get.
Right.
And I'm all right with that. I mean, this guy's 22 years old, averaging freaking 19 and 12, right? Like there's like you said, there's really no one in the NBA that's going to give us that outside of him. And I mean, something I've always said, I just want to see these guys grow together, man. And if it's and if we like, there's no way that I'm going to be remotely happy if we lose this guy in free agency, right? Like I'm going to be furious. So give him the money.
Give him the money, and you want chemistry with your star guard, and Jalen Duren certainly has that with Cade Cunningham. Gabe, your thoughts on a JD extension?
Yeah, I mean, I was in the camp of paying him in the summer. Before they got this expensive, but now you just gotta pay him what he wants pretty much. It's still not the 225 we gave Drummond. So yeah, I'm happy with because of Ivy's injury, luckily or unluckily, he's not gonna command the same contract that he would have if he were healthy the whole time. So maybe you do a little trade and save some money on his contract when you pay JD the big bucks.
Yes, indeed. I kick it over to Connie. Any other names you have on your list?
We're running down on time right now, so we can just go rapid fire here. You guys just tell me yes or no on if you'd like this trade.
Yep.
Gary Trent Jr. for Sasser and some draft capital.
Yes.
No, Gary Trent doesn't make shots.
All right.
Okay. All right.
From the Clippers again, Bogdan Bogdanovic for
Yes.
Sasser and LeVert.
Yes.
All day. All day, yes.
I didn't care who you said after Bogdanovic.
And then last thing is another Kings guy. Actually, I should have touched on this earlier, but Keon Ellis. I don't know how we get him.
3,000%.
But I want him on this team. He's a
I want him on
defensive
this team
dog.
so bad. I want
nice.
Cason Wallace. He's the guy I would want.
Getting Cason Wallace.
Give me Cason Wallace. A couple names I have on my list. AJ Green. I don't think it's attainable, but love his ability to shoot. Yes or no, anybody?
Yes.
I mean, theoretically, yeah.
This is all theoretical. Moses Moody.
Sure.
Cade's boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes to everybody.
I think, yeah.
Not Keon, though.
Not Keon? All right.
Not Keon.
I agree with you. I don't like he can't shoot. He's a bit of a Tony Snell guy. He's just
Okay.
y'all out there.
Y'all are turning me off on Keon Ellis. That's fine. I don't know if y'all agree with this one, but Giannis? I'm just curious. No.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
All right. I think wrap it up for us now.